Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Social Studies class. We've learned about community, and we said community is a place where we live, where we play, or where we work. We also said community is everywhere around you, your environment, and we also said are you can have exciting places in your community. You can have beautiful places in your community. Example of places in the community, we mentioned the school, we mentioned the zoo, we mentioned the hospital, we mentioned the police station, we mentioned so many places. Okay, we mentioned the park, we mentioned so many places. So today we are going to be learning about community leaders. Community leaders. So, and it is important to know that in every society, there's always someone that directs other members of the community. Okay, so in a community, you have someone that directs, okay, that directs the activities in that community. For example, in a class, who directs the activity in a class? The teacher or the assistant teacher, the both of them, they direct the activities in that class. Okay, even in the home, you have your daddy and your mommy directing all the activities in the home. So that's it. With community, every community must have a leader, someone that will do what, that will direct other members of the community. Okay? So a community leader is a person who makes laws, okay? They make laws, rules, and guides others in the community. You know, I said earlier that even in your home, you have a leader, you have someone that makes laws. Oh, don't go there. When you are done eating, you take your plate to the kitchen. Okay, those rules are being given maybe by your mom or by your dad. So those are, we can say, they are community leaders in your home. They are giving you rules. Okay, so a community leader is someone who gives or makes laws, rules, and guides others in the community. So there are different types or examples of community leaders. So for today, we are going to be looking at some community, and we're going to be looking at their leaders. So the first community is the country. So for example, Nigeria is a country, and the leader is called the president. The leader of a country is called the president. The president. So in Nigeria, the president, that means the person that is in charge of making laws, rules in Nigeria is called the president. And the name of the president is President Muhammadu Buhari. This is the picture. Also, let's look at another country like USA. USA, they also have, in the country USA, they have a president, and the name of the president is Joe Biden. Okay, this is the picture of Joe Biden. This is the picture. So that is it with country. Country, we have president. Now let's move to the second one. We have states. So we have states. Lagos is an example of a state, and the leader of a state is called the governor. The governor leads or heads a state, and the governor of Lagos State is Babajide Sanwo-Olu. This is the picture of Babajide Sanwo-Olu. He is the governor of Lagos State. So when you in a state is being headed by a governor. So the leader of a state is called the governor. So now we have town. You can have town like Abeokuta town. You can have Owode. You can have so many towns, and those towns are being headed, or the leaders are called chief or kings. They are called chief or kings. So, for example, this is an example of a chief. Okay, so this is the Oni of Ife. So this is an example of a king. So, like I said, a town is the leader of a town is called the king or the chief. Look at him. It's called the chief or the king. So the name of this person is Adeyeye Enitan. Okay. So now let's move to another community. We have the school. The school is another community, and the leaders of the school, you can have the headmaster or the headmistress or the principal. The headmaster is a man, while the headmistress is a woman or a female. The principal can be a man or a woman. Okay, but in Grace Children's School, we have the head mistress. We have the head mistress as the leader of Grace Children's School. And the name of the head mistress is Dr. Mrs. Adenike Akindayo. This is a picture. Her name is Dr. Mrs. Adenike Akindayo. So this is a picture, and she is the leader of Grace Children's School. She's the head mistress. Like we said, in a school, you can have the headmaster, the headmistress, or the principal as the leaders of the school as a community. Now let's look at the church. The church is also an example of a community. So a church, you can have the pastor, you can have the reverend, you can have the priest as the leader of the church. So in a church, you can have the pastor, the reverend, or the priest as the leader of the church. Okay, so let's look at this man. He is a pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Adeboye. So he is a pastor, okay? So the church is RCCG, and the leader is a pastor. And this is an example of a pastor. His name is Pastor Adeboye. So let's look at the last community, the mosque. We have a mosque. A mosque. Remember I said I think the last video that mosque is for Muslims, while church is for Christians. So if the mosque is being headed by a leader, and the leader is called an imam. Imam. Okay, let me show you an example of an imam. You can see him. Is looking different from the pastor. Look at him. He has something on his head, and even he's covering his head and his some part of his face. So this is an imam. Okay, so this is an imam. This is a this is an imam, the leader of a mosque. This is a pastor, the leader of a church. This is the headmistress, the leader of a school. You can also have the headmaster or the principal. This is a king or a chief, the leader of a town. This is a governor, the leader of a state. This is a president, the leader of a country. This is also a president, the leader of a country. So that is all for today. I hope you've learned one or two things. So I will want to give you a simple assignment, okay? Just tell me, you are going to tell me the state, what state are you from? And you tell me the name of the governor of your state. Tell me your state, and you tell me the governor of your state. make sure you ask mommy or daddy or ask both of them to tell you. Okay? Have a great day. Bye. Love you all.